have the opposite in a book which God himself is supposed to have inspired in Arabic. Foreign words. Pharaoh comes from the Egyptian language. Adam from the Akkadian language. Basharan should have been the word, or insan, which are the Arabic words. Ibrahim comes from the Assyrian. A more accurate word will be Abu Rahim. From Persian, we have Harut, Marut, Sirat, Hur, Jan, Firdaus. From Syria, Tabut, Taghut, Malakut, Zakat. From Hebrew, Habir, Sakina, Jahannam, Ma'un. From Greek, Injil, which means Bishara, good news. That is not all. Here is the Arabic Quran with words from Egyptian, Akkadian, Assyrian, Persian, Syriac, Hebrew, Greek. 7 languages. An Arabic reader is astounded also at the obvious mistakes in the following surahs. First, Surah Al-Baqarah 177. The word Sabirin should have been Sabirun, if you know Arabic. Then again, Surah Al-A'raf 160. وَقَطَعْنَاهُمْ إِثْنَتَيْ عَشَرَةَ أَسْبَاطًا should have been إِثْنَتَيْ عَشَرَ سِبْطًا. Surah Al-Nisa 162. وَالْمُقِيمِينَ الصَّلَاةِ should have been وَالْمُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ. Then Surah Al-Ma'idah verse 69. As-Sabi'in is the more correct Arabic than As-Sabi'un. Then At-Tawbah فَإِذَا انْسَلَخَ الْأَشْهُرُ الْحَرَامِ should have been فَإِذَا انْسَلَخ. Plural. The words kun fayakun are a gross error in Arabic. The grammatical structure demands kun fakan. Let there be and there was, not there shall be, as in the Quran. Yes, sir. Going forward, Abraham's father is wrongly called Azar in the Quran. At Surah Al-An'am, verse 74. The Bible, however, which is much earlier than the Quran, names him correctly Tarah. Abraham, summary of the Quranic errors concerning Abraham. Abraham didn't have 2 sons, he had 8. Genesis 25. Not 2 wives, but 3. He did not raise his descendants in the valley of Mecca, but in Hebron, which is called by his name in Arabic to this day, Al-Khalil, the friend of God, according to Isaiah 41:8 and Genesis. Genesis 11 discloses that his hometown was Ur in Chaldea, not Mecca. He wandered through Haran, as Genesis 11 recounts, not Arabia. He went to Canaan, as God instructed him in Genesis, not to Mecca's valley. There is no record that Abraham and Ishmael went to Arabia and built the Kaaba in Mecca, although he did spend several years in Egypt. In Surah Al-Saffat, those who set the ranks, verse 100 to 112, we read of Abraham's sacrifice of his son. But which son? The Bible states it was Isaac, Genesis 22, yet the Quran intimates it was Ishmael. The Arabs have considered Abraham as their earliest father through Hagar, Abraham's second wife, and Ishmael his firstborn son. As for Mr. Deedat's question, my roots go back to Joktan Kahtan, who is the father of most of the people of Saudi Arabia. However, historically, the first father of the Arabs is this one, mentioned in Genesis 10:25. His name Kahtan in Arabic, Joktan in English. The names of some of his sons are reflected in geographical locations in Arabia, such as Sheba, Hazarmut, Ophir, Havila, until this very day. A third strain came from Abraham's nephew Lot, whose 2 daughters gave birth to the Nabateans, to the Moabites, and the Ammonites. A 4th strain came from Jacob's twin brother, Esau, according to Genesis 36. Finally, and most people forget this strain, Keturah, whom Abraham married after Sarah's death, gave birth to 6 more sons, who also became forefathers of more Arab tribes. Therefore, Abraham was only 1 out of 5 of the forefathers of our people. The savage struggle that's going on between the children of Ishmael and the descendants of Isaac has caused many to wonder. Instead of the blessing of Abraham, there seems to be bloodshed. We read in Galatians 3:16 that it is neither Isaac nor Ishmael who are to bless the world, but Messiah Jesus, as Galatians 3:16 affirms, now to Abraham and his seed, where the promise is made, he does not say, and to the seeds, as of many, but as of one, and to your seed, who is Christ. Ishmael too, we see promises made to him. Listen to this fantastic truth. And Abraham said to God, Genesis 17:18, oh, that Ishmael might live before you. Then God said, no, Sarah, your wife, shall bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his descendants after him. God's promises to Ishmael, one is mystified at the precise fulfillment of the 4 promises made to the Arabs by God through Ishmael, even in our very day. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. Behold, I have blessed him, will make him fruitful, will multiply him exceedingly. He shall beget 12 princes, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant I will establish with Isaac. First, with 3/4 of the free world's oil reserves, the Arabs believe they are definitely blessed. Second, there are 174 million Arabs as of 1987. As I said earlier, 14 million of them claim Christianity, according to Zwimmer Institute. Third, he shall beget 12 princes. We have practically twice that many Arab nations today. Fourth, I will make him a great nation, was fulfilled when the Muslim empire became a reality from the 7th to the 12th century. Moses. Listen to this. The Quran says, baby Moses was adopted by Pharaoh's wife. The Holy Bible says Moses was adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. The Quran calls Haman a friend of Pharaoh. The Bible places Haman 1,000 years later in the book of Esther. Third, the Quran says God appeared to Moses in the fire in the valley of Tuwa. The Bible says it was on Mount Horeb, Exodus 3:1. Fourth, the Quran says the golden calf worshipped by the Israelites in the wilderness was molded by a Samaritan. The Bible says Aaron made the golden calf, Exodus 32, 2-4. In fact, the term Samaritan was not used until 722 BC. 5. The Quran says the cow sacrificed by Moses was yellow. The Bible says it was red in Numbers 19, 1-2. These are just a few of the contradictions between the Quran and the Old Testament. Now, Mary, the mother of Jesus, one of the most erroneous errors in the Quran is the reference to Mary